better off doing the therapy than getting possibly abused by her. So I'm happy to commit to this. And then on my 40th birthday or something, maybe, me and you.
What?
What?
Me and you what?
I don't know. You heard him.
No one could have imagined this, not even Kim Kardashian herself. What started as a quiet family weekend suddenly turned into one of the most explosive Kardashian rumors in years. A series of leaked messages, unseen photos, and mysterious fan screenshots began flooding social media, all hinting at something no one expected. Scott Disick and Khloé Kardashian might have been hiding something behind closed doors. The internet didn't hesitate for a second. Within hours, fan pages lit up with headlines like Khloé and Scott's secret exposed, and Kim's reaction says it all. TikTok detectives began breaking down every clue, from private DMs to deleted Instagram stories, claiming that the so-called leak proved Some fans defended them, saying the messages were clearly edited. Others swore they recognized the same wallpaper background from Scott's old phone screenshots. The mystery only deepened when Khloé quietly deleted one of her latest Instagram posts, a photo with the caption, "Peace isn't always pretty." Then came the bombshell. An anonymous TikTok account claimed to have the full chat history, dropping a short clip showing a series of messages that allegedly connected back to the Kardashian family's private group chat. It was only a few seconds long, but enough to convince millions that something real had been exposed. By morning, the story had spread to every gossip outlet imaginable. TMZ, Deuxmoi, and Daily Mail headlines all hinted at leaked private messages and unseen drama inside the Kardashian circle. And that's when Kim stepped in. Or rather, didn't. Because instead of clearing the air, she went completely silent. No statements, no posts, nothing. Which only made one question louder. What was Kim trying to hide, and why now? By sunrise, the internet wasn't just reacting, it was investigating. Dozens of fan pages and pop culture accounts started sharing what they claimed were screenshots between Scott Disick and Khloé Kardashian. No one knew where they came from or if they were even real, but that didn't matter. In the Kardashian world, rumors move faster than facts. TikTok detectives jumped in immediately, analyzing every emoji, timestamp, and punctuation mark. Threads on Reddit filled up overnight with fans debating whether the messages were genuine or just clever edits made to go viral. Hashtags like Jark Scott and Khloé, Jaksha Kardashian leaks, and What Did Kim Know began trending worldwide. Some fans said the messages felt authentic, pointing out that Scott and Khloé had always shared a playful friendship that sometimes looked like more. Others pushed back, arguing it was just another case of the internet running wild with fake receipts. Even the most skeptical viewers couldn't resist watching the story unfold. One fan wrote, "Whether it's true or not, the internet investigating this is peak entertainment." Soon, pop culture outlets picked up the noise, reporting not that the leak was real, but that the rumor itself had gone viral. That distinction made all the difference. And right as everyone expected the Kardashians to respond, Kim suddenly went silent online. No posts, no comments, no explanations. That silence spoke louder than any headline. Because when a Kardashian says nothing, the internet hears everything. To understand why this rumor shook Kim Kardashian the most, you have to go back years, to the early Keeping Up with the Kardashians days. Back then, Scott Disick wasn't just Kourtney's boyfriend. He was practically family. And over time, his bond with Khloé became one of the show's funniest, most unexpected friendships. They teased each other, shared inside jokes, and often played the role of comic relief in a household full of drama. Fans loved it. Clips of their back-and-forth moments still circulate online, the two roasting each other in confessionals, laughing at chaos around them, and showing a sibling-like chemistry that made everyone smile. That closeness was always innocent, but in the world of social media, boundaries can blur fast. So when leaked messages suddenly appeared years later, some fans connected it to that long history of playful banter, ignoring how much had changed since those early days. Khloé had evolved, Scott had been through his own struggles, and the family dynamic had shifted. For Kim, though, the timing couldn't have been worse. She'd spent months carefully building a brand focused on stability, new business ventures, and a calm image after years of public chaos. So when this rumor surfaced, dragging her sister and her sister's ex into a new wave of speculation, it threatened to pull the whole family back into the spotlight. She'd worked so hard to escape. Insiders suggested Kim's main concern wasn't scandal, but control. She knew that once the internet grabbed hold of a Kardashian story, truth became secondary to perception, and perception shapes everything. That's why, for Kim, this wasn't just a rumor. It was a reminder. Even silence can't always protect the empire. When the leak story reached full speed, Kim Kardashian reportedly found out the same way everyone else did, through her phone blowing up. Mentions, group chats, and news alerts all repeating the same headline: Scott and Khloé's private messages leak. According to fans following the drama, Kim's first reaction wasn't anger, it was disbelief. She had spent years protecting the family brand, making sure every move, post, and storyline served a purpose. But this looked messy, random, and out of her control. Entertainment insiders later claimed that the Kardashian family group chat lit up within minutes. Kris Jenner was allegedly the first to step in, reminding everyone not to post or respond. Silence is strategy, one source said, a rule the Kardashians have used many times before when chaos hits. Meanwhile, fans noticed subtle signals online. Kim archived several posts from that week, including one promoting a new product. Khloé stayed quiet, and Scott disappeared completely from social media. To outsiders, it looked coordinated, a classic Kardashian media freeze. But inside, things were reportedly tense. Some claimed Kim called both Khloé and Scott privately, wanting to confirm whether anything in the screenshots was even real. Others said she was more focused on controlling the narrative before gossip pages could twist it further. Either way, one thing became clear. This wasn't just another headline. For Kim, it was a test of loyalty, trust, and image control in a family where every private moment can become public overnight. And just when things started to calm down, a new clue appeared online, one that changed the story completely. Just when fans thought the rumor had peaked, the story took a sharp turn. A new clue started making the rounds, not from an insider, but from a fan who claimed to have noticed something strange in an old Kardashian episode. In the clip, filmed years earlier, Khloé and Scott were sitting together during a family dinner. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary, just laughter, jokes, and the usual Kardashian chaos. But the fan pointed out something small, a private moment when Scott leaned in to whisper something, and Khloé smiled, but quickly changed the subject. That 10-second interaction suddenly became viral again. Viewers began posting slowed-down edits, adding captions like, "Was this the moment everything started? And how did we miss this?" Soon, entertainment blogs joined in, not to confirm the rumor, but to analyze why fans were so invested. Some writers argued it wasn't about believing the leak. It was about how easily audiences could spin narratives from the tiniest gestures. Meanwhile, others focused on Kim's silence, which now felt heavier. She hadn't posted for days, fueling theories that she was managing things privately behind the scenes. A few outlets even reported that her PR team was quietly asking platforms to take down fake screenshots, though nothing was confirmed. By the end of the week, the new clue had more views than the original leak itself. It became a full-blown digital obsession, part mystery, part nostalgia, and part Kardashian drama. But as the buzz grew louder, one question started to shift the narrative entirely. What if the leak wasn't just about Scott and Khloé? What if it was meant to distract everyone from something else? In the Kardashian world, chaos rarely comes without calculation, and that's exactly why fans started turning their attention to Kris Jenner. As the family's longtime matriarch and manager, Kris has been credited with some of the most headline-grabbing storylines in pop culture history. So when this rumor refused to fade, the internet did what it always does. It looked for a motive. Several fan pages floated the same theory, that the so-called leak might have been a distraction from something bigger happening behind the scenes. Around that time, Kim was preparing for a major brand collaboration, and Kourtney's lifestyle company had just teased a new launch. To some, the timing felt too perfect. To others, it was just coincidence that the family was once again at the center of attention, right before a big business week. Entertainment blogs quickly joined the conversation, noting that the Kardashians have mastered the art of turning controversy into curiosity. But even those who believed Kris might be managing the chaos admitted one thing: she usually keeps the family's image cleaner than this. Meanwhile, insiders told gossip outlets that Kris was privately frustrated, calling for everyone to stay quiet until the storm passed. "Don't feed it," one source paraphrased her advice. "Let the internet argue with itself." And strangely, that seemed to work. As days passed with no reactions from Kim, Khloé, or Scott, the frenzy began to slow. But silence doesn't always mean peace. Sometimes, it means a reset is coming. And for the Kardashians, a reset usually means one thing: a bigger story on the horizon. Eventually, the noise began to fade. The so-called leak stopped trending, the fan theories lost traction, and attention moved to the next celebrity headline. But inside the Kardashian circle, the situation left a quiet mark. Not because of what was said, but because of how fast it all spiraled. Weeks later, Kim returned to social media with her usual polished tone, brand posts, family photos, and subtle messages about focus and peace. Fans flooded her comments with support, reading between the lines for any hidden meaning. Khloé shared a few motivational quotes of her own, while Scott slowly reappeared online, posting his signature humor as if nothing had happened. No one ever confirmed what was real and what wasn't, and maybe that was the point. In a world where perception is currency, silence had once again become the family's strongest weapon. For Kim, the whole episode was a reminder of just how fragile control can be. One screenshot, one rumor, one tweet, and suddenly, years of image management can feel like it's slipping away. But for Khloé, it was something different. A lesson in protecting peace over proving innocence. As for Scott, the internet moved on. But fans noticed he kept a lower profile afterward. Maybe he'd learned that not every joke or comment needs an audience. In the end, the Kardashian family didn't issue statements, sue tabloids, or film dramatic apologies. They simply outlasted the noise. Because in their world, scandals come and go, but composure is forever. And when the dust settled, one thing was clear. Even when the internet thinks it's seen everything, the Kardashians always find a way to write the next chapter.